Look up from your telescope, take me on this journey home. I don't wanna wait no more.
All right, y'all, this is a video that I think all of y'all have been waiting for. And honestly, I have been kind of reluctant to do because I have not been able to really make a choice. It is so hard to figure out a lot of the little details. The writers are so specific. The creatives on this show do an amazing job with this storytelling. And y'all, when I tell you I had to put my Carmen Sandiego, Nancy Drew hat on to really break down and slow down video and screenshot and zoom in to come up with what I believe things to actually be. Y'all, your girl put in work. So let's talk about whose bodies are in this montage. Okay, so let's get the clearest thing out the way first. We already know that this is Spencer's body. I saw very few comments, but a few that were wondering if it was actually Spencer's body, and we know that it's Spencer's body because we can see his bullet wound on the shoulder of the guy that's holding the girl. So yes, this is Spencer. Okay, so the major question of the moment is, who is the lovely lady in this montage? And y'all, I initially, came up with something. We actually get to see this montage in episode 1 of season 3. So we get it very early on. And by the time that we get to episode 7, y'all, I thought that we had saw it again in a trailer, but it actually is not in any of the trailers. They put it in one social media promo post, but it's not in any of the trailers. So I really had to go back and oh wait, this was in episode 1 that we saw this, when Spencer actually reunited with Layla. And then we got a glimpse into this, and that setup kind of predicts or foreshadows for us where we're supposed to go or where we're supposed to think about it. But we know these writers, we know these creatives of All American. They are absolutely phenomenal at what they do. They are super intricate in how they place things and where they place things. So I don't know if we can necessarily say that this is Layla, because the flashback happens while Spencer is kissing Layla and they are having their reuniting moment. Okay, and the first scenario that I want to kind of speak to, and I'm honestly leaning the heaviest on, I think that this might be it. But in this video, y'all, I'm going to talk about a few different scenarios, so just roll with your girl. And in the comment section down below, you're going to let me know what you think, how you feel, and add in your 2 cents. So in episode 7, we get the wedding scene with Jordan and Simone. And in the wedding scene, we get this very, very intense moment between Olivia and Spencer. Y'all, you could really cut the tension with a knife. It was so much built up energy and emotion just bouncing back and forth between the two of them. So much that just seemed to needed to be said, and you could really see it build up. Then we come back to a scene where Olivia is packing up what looks like to be a makeup bag. And Spencer walks into the room and says, "I'm sorry, I slipped out." So let's pause here. Olivia is packing up a makeup bag. Spencer returns and says he's sorry that he slipped out. And Olivia's hair is different and her clothes are changed. This brings me to the thought that it is actually Liv in this montage. I think that most likely, y'all, Olivia and Spencer did have sex. And this is kind of blowing my mind, because he literally sat across from that therapist and told him that no, Liv is just my day one. After he knew he confessed his love for her, after he actually had sex with her. I have some thoughts in reference to Spencer, and I've been very reluctant to say them because I don't want to put some type of mental health issue on somebody who don't have it. But for me, watching him this season, I have seen him like kind of look like he's going back and forth between two personalities, because you'll see moments where he's very depressed and distraught, but then also there's moments where he snaps out of it or he puts the mask on to be able to pretend to be something else around someone else. We saw it first in episode 1 when he was looking at Olivia in Asher's arms, and he was so angry and he was so down and he was so disappointed. But then when Chris came over and told him about, oh, don't forget about your interview, you can see his face like literally shift, and he like basically Truman showed it and really just like, oh yeah, thanks for reminding me, bro, bet I'm out. And it was just like, wait, what happened here? Like, you could still be sad and, you know, do all the other things that you have to do or have going on in life. So I ain't calling it yet, y'all. Like, I'm not calling any major Spencer mental health issue happening just yet. I think right now I'm going to stay on the he's definitely depressed, he's definitely broken, he's definitely distraught. Bro is down bad. But I think we have seen in these first 7 episodes of the season him really teetering on this line of unhappiness and then pretending or putting on a front. And honestly, a lot of us do that in life. A lot of us are miserable and we pretend to be happy around certain people, or we pretend when we show up at our jobs or we show up at our schools. And if they decide to talk about that in this show, I think that that would be freaking amazing, because not enough television and films, I think, talk about these real things that real people are going through. And more people need to be able to see themselves in stuff like this, and also hopefully get resources for like how they can change. I'm a big believer in you really can create a life you love, and I'm super passionate about just showing up authentically and being yourself and allowing yourself to be happy or doing what's going to make you happy and not just existing in life. So if they decide to go this route with this storyline, child, I'll be totally here for it. But anyway, back to the montage. So I think that it could be Olivia and Spencer and that they actually hooked up in Vegas. And if they didn't go all the way, I still think that this is their bodies. So whether they actually fully had sex or kind of got to it, I definitely think that like 80%, y'all. I think 80% that this is their bodies. I think that they got swept up in the emotions after the wedding and came back to the suite and just went there. And that's what I mean, I would say that maybe sex happened because that's how Spencer would have been able to slip out and go buy the necklace if she had like fell asleep after or something like that. But I think that that is what we see going on, because Olivia also says coming here was a mistake, and up until that point they hadn't done anything quote unquote wrong. I don't think that any of this was wrong. And yes, she has a boyfriend, Asher, but if y'all haven't noticed yet, I really disregard Asher. And when y'all are coming for me about who I do like and who I don't like, you don't ever seem to pick up on the fact that I don't like Asher and I don't like Vanessa, and I have not, you know, ever mixed qualms about that. So if we really want to talk about who Erica don't like, it's those two. But anyway, so yeah, Erica completely disregards Asher, and I am looking at it like Olivia's a single woman, can do what she wants because he don't deserve her anyway, but that's, you know, that's her business. But anyway, so up until this point they hadn't even kissed yet. So this coming here was a mistake just feels way more weighted than we stared at each other at a wedding and now this was all a mistake. Something happened in that time gap, y'all, and I think it was the montage. And if this is Olivia and Spencer in the montage, it would make 100% sense how Spencer got to the point of confessing his love for Olivia. So that would mean it did not come out of nowhere. If they had hooked up prior to, that is the thing that released the floodgates of like he felt comfortable enough to just lay it all out on the line, and it makes sense. Like he follows up after she says it's a mistake to come here. He's like, I wanted you here. That's why I called you. He needed to get clarity, and now he has it. Yes, I think that a major thing happened for him to help get clarity, not just them staring, looking at each other googly eyed across at this wedding. And then when they actually kiss, y'all, if we're gonna be honest, they did not kiss like this was their first time kissing. Let's keep it 100% real. They did not kiss like this was their first time kissing. They kissed like they had been around the block a time or two. It was just so in sync. It had so much chemistry in it. It had so much comfortability in it from both of them. Y'all, that's living that montage. We just gonna put that there. I know I'm supposed to give y'all the rest of the other theories that I was thinking of, but I really I'm at 90% now. I'm at 90% now. And honestly, that would give even more levity to Olivia getting to a place where she's like, well, what about Asher and Layla? And I could completely understand if she had slept with Spencer before this moment, her going there, because she literally did this same thing to Layla a year and a half ago. So now with this perspective, with those things happening, I can 100% understand why she would stop it or try to say no after she had already given into the temptation, because she felt like she was going down the same path, making the same mistake, and being a person that she feels like she no longer is. But with that said, y'all, I still don't think she needed to run, or she should have run. I know it had to happen for like dramatic effect and it's television and all that, but I still believe like as a person, she should not have ran, given the person that she's standing across from, knowing Spencer's abandonment issues and all of that kind of stuff. Again, I said what I said. She should not have run. I think that she could have stood her ground and she could have said no in that space. And she could have, I know he would have tried to convince her, which is what he did with the voicemail and all of that, but I think she could have given him time within her presence to at least process it a little bit versus darting out. Yes, she would have had to leave regardless because it was overwhelming, but just running out the way that she did, I still stand by, that was just not the move. It just really wasn't. And y'all, if I'm honest, and I actually said this in a previous video. I said this in my It Hits Different video, I believe. I would have been able to understand and take Olivia running more if she would have said, I love you back before she ran. The way she did it, it just felt so final and dismissive, and it just felt icky, y'all. I don't know how else to describe it. It really just felt icky. If she would have said, I love you, but I can't do this, I would have even been able to roll with that. Like, give me that, sis. Give me I love you, but I can't do this. And then make your exit. So then like, at least he would know that what just happened, all of what just happened, wasn't in his head, wasn't something that just was a complete and utter mistake, that wasn't important or wasn't significant. Like, get a man a bone, child. Get a man a bone. And y'all, I'm not going to go into my other scenarios. I'm actually going to leave it at that. That is what I believe. But I did do a poll in my community tab. If you are not a subscriber of this channel, I don't know what you waiting on. It is lit here. You need to hit the subscribe button and join the tribe. You will love it here. I post up in the community tab often, just continuing the conversation, asking you all what you think, what you feel, what you want to see, and all that good stuff. And I actually put up about a day ago, prepping for this video, I asked a question in the poll, and I said, so y'all are saying y'all want a specific scene breakdown and discussion, right? And the first one for me is that damn montage. What are we thinking? And 1,000 of you have interacted with that poll. 17% said it's Layla and Spencer in the Vegas hotel suite. 6% said it's not the Vegas hotel suite, but I don't know who that is. 31% said it's Olivia and Spencer at the Bakers, and 47% said, girl, I have no clue. That's why I'm watching you. You tell me, which I love. And there were about 50 or 60 comments, and you guys should really check that out. If you think that it's not Olivia and you disagree with me, this is a really great place for you to go, because there are other people's opinions in the comment section of this video, and I'm going to link it in the description box below, so you should definitely check it out. Y'all, we almost there. We almost to episode 8. I think that we're going to get a little bit more clarity, but not full clarity, but anything is better than nothing at this point, y'all, because my anxiety is high. I ain't even gonna lie. My anxiety is high around this. I'm super invested in this show, in these storylines, in these characters. Like, they my real friends. So we just need to know more. We really just need to know more, and I am enjoying talking with you guys about this. I hope that you love this video. Y'all, I'm definitely still saying that Spencer and Olivia are in game. I don't know how soon we're going to get that, honestly. I made this comment to Manda in the comment section, but speaking of Olivia and Spencer being in game, this ain't the end yet, y'all. So it's very likely that they won't end up together for a while, because we're nowhere near the end of the series. We're nowhere near the end of this show, and the writers, I think, are enjoying pulling us along and having this play out and really going into details and exploring different parts of interpersonal relationships within this particular love triangle. So keep that in mind. Thank you to everyone who watched my unpopular Spencer opinions video and listened to my rant. I am glad I made the video. At first I was a little bit nervous about actually telling you all how I felt, and specifically where I was struggling in reference to some of the negative feedback, but I'm actually glad that I made that video now, because I'm seeing that other people had experienced that type of stuff too, and some had even unsubscribed from my channel because they just didn't feel safe, they didn't feel welcome, and it was not from me, it was from people in the comment section. So I'm going to definitely, I'm recommitting here, you guys, to being more diligent in the comment section. This is not a Spolivia stan channel. This is not a Spayla stan channel. So if you are looking for a specific team, and you're looking for specific rhetoric, and then you're looking for it to just be this person can never do no wrong, you found the wrong channel and you probably need to go find a new one. This isn't that. This channel is for all American fans, wherever they fall on the spectrum, for whoever they like. We talk about the entire show here. We happen to be talking a lot about Spencer, Olivia, and Layla, because right now that's what the huge plot points of the show are. But I talk about the entire show. I value everyone's opinion, and I keep it respectful, and I'm requiring my subbies and my tribe to do the same. Please know that moving forward, I'm going to be much more diligent. My team is going to be really diligent in removing and checking people who come in and bring negative or toxic energy, all in the sake of being a team this or a team that, because in all honesty, that's not what it's about. And negative energy is just not welcome here. Plain and simple. Thank you to everyone who watched that video. If you haven't, please go check it out, because I go into depth about how I feel about these things, and then also I share a couple of comments from you all in reference to Spencer, which I think is pretty cool. And yeah. Oh, last thing before I sign off, I actually created a sign up page for you guys. So we are making this episode 8 after party or live watching party happen. I am working it out. I also put up a poll in the community tab, you guys, and y'all voted for mainly YouTube live or Zoom. I think the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to have 40 spaces open for the Zoom. But I'm going to live stream to YouTube Live, so the people who are in the Zoom, they will be the people who are able to be on screen, and I'm going to be able to talk with you live and all of that kind of stuff, and we're going to be able to interact. But it's going to be streamed to the channel with YouTube Live, so people can watch and y'all can post in the comment section of the live video. So we have a little bit of both, and I really just wanted to find a way for it to be really, really interactive. If you want to sign up to be a part of the Zoom or to get one of the Zoom slots, you're going to check the link in my description box below, and you're going to sign up so that we can send you further information on that. But also note, if you sign up to be on the Zoom, then you're signing up to be on camera. You have to be able to turn your camera on because we want to make a really cool video and you guys will be on the live. Like, you will actually be on my channel. So keep that in mind. Link is in the description box below. I cannot wait. I'm really excited about this. I was trying to figure out what would be great, what would be nice. Like, I really just want to do amazing things for you guys. I want to continue to create amazing content and have great conversations. And I just want y'all to come to my channel and just feel great, right? So that's what we're working on. Tomorrow is going to be lit. It's going to be a little stressful, but it's going to be lit. And I cannot wait to talk to you all then. I got a couple more videos dropping before tomorrow's episode 8 premiere. So keep it locked with your girl and continue to watch the videos. I love you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.